Guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen in Disneys Animal Kingdom. Ich bin Tobi.
Ich bin Sabbel.
Und wir nehmen euch heute mit nach Pandora, the World of Avatar. Wir nehmen euch mit zum Harambe Wildlife Reserve und wir machen Yeti-Jagd auf dem Mount Everest. Das hier ist Wish4Travel.
Hallo, ich bin Sabbel und ich bin ein Viertel von Wish4Travel. Ja, wie bin ich zu Disney gekommen? Hat eigentlich früh angefangen, als meine Oma und Opa mich zu Disney und Eis mitgenommen haben in die Frankfurter Festhalle und ich eine kleine Minimaus geschenkt bekommen habe als Handpuppe. Und damit ging's los. Von Minimaus über Winnie Pooh, Tigger und dann 2012 erstes Mal Disneyland Paris. Seit 2012 war ich 35 Mal in Disneyland Paris. Jetzt habe ich noch keine einzige Kreuzfahrt gemacht. Ich war mal segeln auf dem Eiselmeer in Holland. Das war es dann auch schon. Aber es ist die erste Disney Cruise, es ist die erste Kreuzfahrt. Also ich bin gespannt, ob ich seekrank werde und was mich so erwartet.
Disneys Animal Kingdom ist einer von 4 Themenparks im Walt Disney World Resort. Die Pläne für den Park wurden ursprünglich 1995 veröffentlicht und der erste Spatenstich erfolgte kurz darauf. Der Park wurde am Tag der Erde, dem 22. April 1998 eröffnet und ist der größte der 4 Themenparks des Resorts, da sich im Norden des Parks große Flächen der von Menschen handgeschaffenen Savanne und Lebensräume für Tiere befinden. Das Wahrzeichen des Parks ist der prächtige Baum des Lebens, in den eine Vielzahl von Tieren, Insekten und Fauna geschnitzt ist und der sich um eine zentrale Tierbotschaft dreht.
Hier im Stamm vom Tree of Life sind über 300 verschiedene Spezies dargestellt. Und wie es sich für so einen Stammbaum des Lebens gehört, sind unten bei den Wurzeln Dinosaurier und ausgestorbene Tiere. Ich stehe auf Puns. Wie geil ist das denn? Anti, Beauty and the Bees, a cockroach line, barefoot in the bark, My Fair Ladybug, Little Shop of Hoppers, Website Story. Hi Kevin. Wenn ihr durch den Asienbereich lauft, müsst ihr mal darauf achten, dass ihr diesen Schrein findet. Denn dieser Schrein hat die Form, die der Spitze des Expedition Everest entsprechen. Schaut mal nach, ob ihr das findet.
Im Königreich Anandapur im Himalaya liegt das kleine Dorf Sir Kazong. Mehrere Gebäude, die früher von der Royal Anandapur Tea Company genutzt wurden, sind von Unternehmen umgewandelt worden, die Reisende auf verschiedene Expeditionen in den Himalaya schicken. Expedition Everest ist der Name eines speziellen Trekkings, das von dem Reiseunternehmen Himalayan Escapes in Sir Kazong organisiert wird. Die Unternehmer hinter Himalayan Escapes, Norbu und Bob, haben einen Dampfzug, Darjeeling Co-Rail, renoviert, mit dem früher die geernteten Teeblätter von den Bergen heruntergebracht wurden. Es sind diese Züge, die die Expedition Everest Tracker auf ihrem Weg zum Basislager des Mount Everest besteigen wobei sie eine Abkürzung nehmen, die durch den verbotenen Berg führt, von dem man annimmt, dass er vom Yeti bewacht wird. In den lokalen Kulturen gilt der Yeti als wilder Beschützer der unberührten Berge, Täler und Wälder der Region und wehrt sich heftig gegen das Eindringen des Menschen in diese Gebiete.
Sabbel.
Tobi.
Eine kurze Runde Expedition Everest Trivia. Im Expedition Everest findet man den Yeti. Der Yeti war mal der größte Audio-Animatronic der Welt. So lange, bis er irgendwann kaputt gegangen ist und weil sie praktisch Expedition Everest um den Yeti drumherum gebaut haben, konnten sie ihn nicht reparieren, weil sie ihn nicht rausgekriegt haben. Deswegen ist der Yeti noch drin. Deswegen ist der Yeti noch drin, er ist nur technisch gesehen kein Audio-Animatronic mehr. Deswegen ist, ja, weil der halt nur still steht und sich nicht rührt. Deswegen ist der größte Audio-Animatronic jetzt wieder der Drache im Disneyland Paris unterm Schluss. Siehst du? Again what learned. Und mehr Englisch-Tipps beim nächsten Mal. Auf dieser Gorilla Falls Exploration Trails, da gibt es ja keine Giraffen, die gibt es hier nur bei Kilimanjaro Safaris, ne?
Ja.
Finde ich aber gar nicht schlimm.
Warum?
Weil Giraffen mir zu sehr von oben herab sind.
Ja. Das wird ein Tag.
Hör auf mich und glaube mir. Dabei bist du auch schon ganz hypnotisiert. Wow, bist
Total.
du dicht dran. Holy smokes. Hallo, guten Tag.
Guten Tag, guten Morgen.
Bist du auch schon ganz hypnotisiert?
Total, ja.
Wahnsinn.
Der Junge, weißt du, nicht mehr der Alte.
Sabbel, wusstest du, dass der afrikanische Elefantenbulle das zweitgefährlichste Landlebewesen der Welt ist?
Jetzt ja.
Weißt du, was das gefährlichste ist?
Jetzt kommt's.
Seine Schwiegermutter. Sabbel,
Tobi.
why is the chicken the funniest animal?
Yeah. And I'm driving.
Because...
Ja?
For a safe journey, remember to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Sit all the way back against the bench, and please be sure to watch your children. Asante.
Because this is the wildest ride in the wilderness. Nee, das war was anderes. Ups.
Welcome aboard the Wildlife Express with service to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Here, you will discover a wide range of animal adventures, from the affection section, where you can get up close and personal with domesticated animals like goats, sheep, and more, to sneak peeks at animal care in action at our veterinary, nutrition, and science centers. Also, be sure to check out the animation experience at Conservation Station, where you can learn to draw your favorite Disney characters inspired by live animals from one of our animators. The tradition of animals and animation reaches all the way back to Walt Disney himself and his long-standing passion for conservation. He believed it was important that we protect our wildlife and preserve our natural world. This sense of motivation shaped his legacy from animation to conservation to the very adventures we offer here at Disney's Animal Kingdom each and every day. As we make our way to Rafiki's Planet Watch, keep an eye out for some of the exciting wildlife we might encounter along the way and the highly trained specialists who care for them. From ostriches and rhinos to the mighty African elephant, the species we care for here at Disney's Animal Kingdom are some of the very same animals that inspired animated classics like The Lion King, The Jungle Book, and more. Did you know Bambi was the first animated feature to bring live animals into the studio? In the 1940s, Walt Disney and his animators modeled characters from film after the movements and natural behaviors of their real-life counterparts. Even with the latest advances in computer animation, this tradition continues today, as animators travel throughout the world to observe animals in their own surroundings. And that includes here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We are now approaching Conservation Station at Rafiki's Planet Watch. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please sit all the way back against the finish and avoid leaning out toward the railing. Remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop, and please be sure to watch your shoulder as you exit. Go around and explore.
A few minutes later.
Sabbel,
Tobi,
was kommt dabei raus, wenn du eine Kuh mit einem Schaf kreuzt?
Mube.
Nee, I don't know. But it's in a very bad mood.
Gehen wir.
Diese Animatronics schauen wirklich total lebensecht aus. Ne?
Sabbel,
Tobi?
meinst du, dieses Schaf kann singen?
Ich hoffe nicht.
Ich glaube, das ist in einer Bon Jovi Coverband. I wanna lay you down in a bed of roses.
Ja, ja.
Ja? Sag ich doch.
Wie langweilig.
Sabbel,
Tobi?
weißt du, warum die Ziegen hier nur rumliegen?
Langweilig ist denn bestimmt nicht.
Die haben keinen Bock.
Ich geh dann mal.
Sabbel,
Tobi?
ich glaube, die Esel kommen aus Bayern.
Ja? Nein.
Naja, der eine sagt sich hier, oh mei, ich bin hier dabei, um was zu fressen zu suchen. Oh, ich auch.
Ich gehe zu Pur.
Ja, hast du dir redlich verdient. Vor 3 Wochen noch Geschenke austragen, jetzt Urlaub in Florida. Guter Mann. Hey Sabbel, was sagst du, wenn dir hier im Animal Kingdom die Schlange nicht schnell genug geht?
Schleich dich.
Mufasa. Pandora The World of Avatar wurde unter der Leitung von Disney Imagineer Joe Rohde entworfen und gebaut und wurde am 27. Mai 2017 für das Publikum eröffnet. Die Geschichte spielt ein paar Generationen nach der Filmreihe. Im Tal von Moara hat sich die Natur die alten Anlagen der RDA zurückerobert und die Beziehungen zwischen den Menschen und den Na'vi sind viel freundlicher geworden. Eine neue Ökotourismusgruppe, Alpha Centauri Expeditions, Kurs ACE, hat einen Vertrag mit dem Stamm der Omaticaya geschlossen, um ein Basislager für menschliche Touristen einzurichten, die Pandora besuchen und an der Kultur der Na'vi teilhaben wollen. Darüber hinaus arbeitet eine wissenschaftliche Gruppe, die Pandora Conservation Initiative, mit ACE zusammen, um die durch den Betrieb von RDA verursachten Umweltschäden zu beheben, und hat das Avatar-Programm übernommen, um den Gästen zu ermöglichen, auf Banshees zu fliegen.
Thanks.
Okay, Dr. Stevens, they're ready.
Can everyone see me? Great. Welcome to the Avatar program. Soon, you're going to have a chance to undertake an amazing Na'vi rite of passage, flying on the back of this powerful animal called an ikran, or as we call it, a banshee. The way you're going to do this is by being matched to something called an avatar. And I'm here to help you guys get ready. Now let's go over how all this works. Like I said before, you're going to be matched to these things called avatars, which look a lot like the Na'vi. They're created by blending human DNA and Na'vi DNA. Once we match you to an avatar, thanks to a special link chair, your mind will be able to control that avatar. Using avatars to fly this way was all figured out by my boss, Dr. Jackie Ogden. She leads our science team, which is part of the Pandora Conservation Initiative, and we're here in the Valley of Moara studying banshees and their environment. Over a generation ago, this enormous company called the RDA created a lot of damage to the area through their bad mining practices and conflicts with the Na'vi. Just like on Earth, it can take decades for ecosystems to recover. One way to understand what's going on with an ecosystem is to study what are called keystone species. These are animals like tigers, jaguars, seals. The banshee is one of these important animals. Dr. Ogden is the foremost expert on studying the ikran and has spent years researching them. Unfortunately, banshees live high in rookeries and humans can't get anywhere near them without becoming their lunch. But the Na'vi and avatars can. In fact, the Na'vi have been riding on the backs of banshees since their earliest history. Thanks to science, avatars can ride on banshees too. That's why you're linking to an avatar. Okay, to get you flying on a Banshee, we need to find each of you an avatar. Let's prep the genetic sampling.
I'm on it.
Okay, first we need to find the compatible match of your genetic material with the genetic material of one of the avatar bodies that we already have. Once we do that, you'll be able to link to that avatar and fly. Looks like they're ready for you in the next room. When the door opens, please go inside all the way in and stand over the same number that you're standing over now. And I'll see you in there.
But I heard this scream, and I realized it came from me.
Great, you've all made it. It's important that you can all see me, so move a little if you can't. Before we send you to the link chamber, let's watch this piece by Dr. Ogden, who runs the program.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Dr. Jackie Ogden from the Pandora Conservation Initiative. You're about to experience a ceremony that's very special to the Na'vi, flying on the back of an ikran, or as we call it, a banshee. To the Na'vi, connecting to an ikran and flying on its back is an incredibly important rite of passage they call Ikni Maya. With permission from the Na'vi and in partnership with Alpha Centauri Expeditions, we can now bring this amazing experience to you. The way you'll be able to fly is by linking to an avatar that's already on the back of an ikran. Let's see how this works.
We establish a link using powerful psionic amplification equipment. A human driver is connected to an avatar, which could be physically hundreds of kilometers away. When you follow our technician into the link chamber, you'll see a series of 16 link chairs. Please go to the number that matches the number you're standing on now. First, stow your gear in the storage containers on the back wall. This should include all bags, cameras, and other items, including cell phones. It's important to push them all the way into the bin. Then get onto the chair as you would a bike. Straddle the seat, step forward, and sit down. Slide your hips forward until you are against the chest pad, and then move your feet all the way forward. Wait until you're seated before you put on your flight visors. Hold on to the hand grips as shown. It's important to hold on to the hand grips at all times. After you're seated, back and leg restraints will be firmly engaged. For your safety, throughout this entire experience, always remain seated and supervise your children.
Once the link takes place, you'll be connected to your avatar and sitting on the back of an ikran. It'll feel like you're really there. Moments later, you'll begin your flight. A Na'vi guide will lead you out. You'll experience the breathtaking beauty of Pandora, but you might also face some of its greatest challenges. Some of this flight might be intense, but trust your guide and be brave. As the Na'vi say during this important rite of passage, Sivak Ho, rise to the challenge. Good luck.
All right, you ready? Let's get you into the link chamber.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Das war schon extrem cool.
Ja,
Flight of Passage.
Tobi hat's gefallen. Man hat ihn ein paar Reihen weiter noch gehört.
Ja, durchaus. Aber ey, abgefahren. Ich meine, Soren ist ja, glaube ich, auch so mit so einem Halbspiegel, wo drauf projiziert wird, ne?
So, Soren ist eine komplette Wand,
Genau.
aber das ist besser.
Ja, also ich meine, ich war jetzt noch nicht in Soren, aber das Ding, ey, abgefahren. Du kannst dich ja komplett umgucken überall. Und der Sitz quasi bewegt sich so gut wie gar nicht. Aber durch die Projektion erweckt das halt den Effekt, dass du Sturzflüge machst, dass du Schrauben drehst und alles Mögliche. Du merkst, wie der Banshee atmet und mit den Flügeln schlägt. Das ist abgefahren. Also es ist wirklich nur cool.
Ja, und
Richtig geil.
Es ist eigentlich keine Wasserattraktion, aber anscheinend ist es von Sitz zu Sitz unterschiedlich. Die Herren meinten, sie haben ein paar Tropfen abbekommen.
Genau.
Ich habe gedacht, es ist so ein Sprühnebel. Also kommt von Sitz. Lass dich überraschen, wenn ihr auch mal damit fahrt.
Schon nice. Okay, wenn ihr aus Flight of Passage rauskommt und durch den Giftshop gegangen seid, dann dreht euch mal einmal nach links. Da seht ihr nämlich hier oben Name-Tags von allen Disney Imagineers, die an A Flight of Passage mitgearbeitet haben. Unter anderem auch genau hier oben in der Mitte ist der Name-Tag von Joe Rohde. Weißt du, was Frauen brauchen, die sehr große Brüste haben? Einen Zebra. Hey, warte!
I like to call their party pants. However, they are in fact the only known relative of the giraffe. Now we can tell that by looking at the structure of their skulls as well as their incredibly long prehensile tongues. The okapi were once referred to as the African unicorn before they were discovered by Westerners. And the black rhino is the smallest of the rhino species. They weigh only about 3,500 pounds. So not quite tiny, but definitely small compared to other rhinos, that's for sure. They are unfortunately poached out in the wild for their horns, which are made of keratin, the same material as our hair and fingernails. The pink-backed pelicans get their name from the delicate pink coloring to appear on the skin of their backs during mating season, almost like they're blushing. And they do prefer to feed in quiet backwaters like these. Now, like I said, it is very, very rare for us to see one hippo out during the daytime, let alone two, out of the water, that is. They will usually come up on the banks of the river at night to graze for their food, and they are certainly not to be messed with up here on land. Believe it or not, they can charge at speeds of up to 35 miles an hour. The Nile crocodiles grow to lengths of between 10 and 20 feet long. That's just about as long as the giraffe is tall. Now folks, they do mainly eat fish, but they are known to eat just about anything and everything to cross their path. So not sure about you, but I certainly do not want to be sticking around here for too long. And folks, up ahead here on the right as well, we're also going to see some wildebeest. We're going to get a nice close view of them on the right-hand side as well. The name for a group of wildebeest is a confusion or an implausibility. Here are those Ankoli cattle that I mentioned earlier. And they're called a confusion or an implausibility, those wildebeest, because when one wildebeest starts to run, all the others will start to run as well, even if they're not quite sure why they're running or where they're running. Here they are on the right-hand side. Now they do, however, migrate up to 1,000 miles during their migration season, and at one point the dust cloud from that migration could be seen from space. Now the baby wildebeest can be up and running with the confusion only 15 minutes after they're born. That's because they're usually born during their migration season, and in just a bit of a tough love approach from mom and dad, they've got just no choice but to keep up with that pack or be left behind. Out here on the left-hand side, a simply adorable sight of several Maasai giraffes. And you'll notice that one other thing there on the left-hand side is, in fact, two elands. The eland is the largest antelope. They measure 6 feet tall at the shoulder. They are highly endangered, though, but 50% of elands worldwide do live in protected areas, just like this one. Now, the Maasai giraffe can reach heights of 17 feet tall, and they are well known for their incredibly long prehensile tongues, which can reach lengths of 18 inches long. For reference, that's about the length from the tip of your pointer finger all the way up to your elbow. And folks, you can see how the elephant uses its prehensile trunk to kind of grasp at the hay there, curl it up into a little ball and bring it right up to his mouth, right over your left shoulder there. Like I said, getting pretty rare to see one of those out in the wild. They're facing poaching for their beautiful ivory tusks, and they're also facing habitat destruction. Here on the left-hand side, you can see a group of flamingos. Now the name for a group of flamingos is a flamboyance. And these are the greater flamingos here, the lightest pink of the flamingo species. They're going to get that pink coloring from the brine shrimp that they love to eat, which is high in beta-carotene. The baby flamingo will hatch gray, and it takes up to 1 full year for them to start receiving that pink coloring. However, by the time they reach about their 2nd birthday, they are usually fully grown and fully pink as well. And folks, we do have a bit of a celebrity up here on the left-hand side. Oh, looks like he's got a lioness or two coming up to see him. And that male lion up there was the model for Simba in the live-action remake of The Lion King just a couple years ago. Not sure about you, but I'm certainly starstruck. But perhaps not starstruck enough to climb up there and ask for his autograph. Might not be the best idea. Especially with those lionesses as his bodyguard.
there is a special magic that flows through this land. The magic of nature. Pulsating with fireflies made more brilliant by the light that lives within you. It inspires us to forge new paths, explore the wilderness, and discover a world alive with wonder. Tonight, as we gather together under the branches of the Tree of Life, our luminosity ignites the magic to create a beacon, shining out and celebrating 50 years of the most magical place on earth. Most magical place on earth.
Kaputt. Das war also Disneys Animal Kingdom.
Tag 1.
Tag 1. Wir sehen uns wieder. Für uns morgen. Für euch nächste Woche in Epcot. Bis dahin wünschen wir euch jetzt einen schönen Abend. Habt eine schöne Woche. Und ja, würde ich sagen, wir sehen uns.
Tschüss.
Ciao.